All right, Warrior Nation, we're back again. Episode 9 here on the pod. I am back. Hope you guys enjoyed last week of competition, what there was anyway. Yeah, it sounded like it was okay from what I heard. I tuned in a little bit on Thursday. I was on a cruise ship, so I did the best I could there, but sounds
Just
like you
just a
guys.
subtle little, nugget of wisdom.
Hey, but I brought back some warmer weather, I think. So it was nice.
And you just jinxed us. Okay,
Yeah,
thanks for that.
yeah. It was like 75,
It
low
was
80s on
30
a
here, thanks.
low 80s on a bad day, right? Or wait, the other way around. But no, yeah, here we are. Um, yeah, what did happen during week 6? We had a reschedule. We were supposed to have Smash
Smash.
last week. So we'll talk more about that later. And then you guys had Rocket League on Thursday.
Yep.
Sounds like it was a 3-0 sweep on on the wrong end, but
All you can do is
some
bounce back from it.
yeah, right. Some things to work on. Looks like we'll be watching some VOD later. But yeah, so week 6 is in the rear view, and here we are, week 7. Our Street Fighter team is going to be queuing in about just over 45 minutes now. So they'll have a queue opponent today. Smash will have an opponent tomorrow. They will face Hoopston, Illinois. And then they'll face their opponent from last week, Granite City, Illinois. So double duty on the Illinois this week for Smash. And then to end the week on stream will be Rocket League, who faces Mount Horeb, which is just down the road from us. About an hour and a half as we looked it up.
Just down the road, and it's an hour.
Just a hop, skip, and jump away, Joel. So yeah, exciting times as we are on Tuesday now. We're a few days away from spring break, so
Woo!
we get a free win next week because we did take our bye week next week. So we just got to lock in this week. Hopefully, Smash can at least win one of the games this week. Because that'll set up us, with the potential playoff entering for Smash. Rocket League, they know what they got to do. So, yeah, we just got to lock in this week and hopefully hope for the best. Before we get going here, Joel, let's just shout out the sponsors: Ian's Pressure Washing, Oddball Arts, Go Dutch Solutions, All Phase Heating and Cooling, and Gutter Tech. Yeah, just call a spade, right? We're 3-3 right now with Street Fighter, so they'll look to go above 500 today. Smash Bros right now currently sit at 2-3. However, they didn't play last week, so assuming we can, get 1 or 2 wins this week, we could be well above 500. And Rocket League currently does sit at 500, so yeah, we'll do our best to get on the right side of it this week. But all in all, I think y'all did pretty well while I was away, and we're looking forward now. So, speaking of while I was away, we wanted to talk a little bit about the vacation. I didn't put in my notes here, but so surprise, Joel. We knew we were going to talk about it. So, yeah, it was a travel nightmare, so to speak. We were supposed to fly out the Saturday before at 10:30. Stuff got delayed about an hour. So then we left Madison
at international airports.
Yeah, well, then we left Madison, flew into Detroit. We're supposed to go from Detroit to Miami, and our flight from Madison landed, and our plane for Miami took off. So, yeah, and
awesome.
Yeah, it's one of those things where never had it happen to myself before, but here we are. And so we made a mad scramble to try to find a flight out of there because honestly, if we didn't, we were going to end up flying the next morning, and that kind of gets a little hairy because we were supposed to board the ship about 1:30 in the afternoon the next day. So yeah, we scrambled around the airport there in Detroit and got on a plane. Thankfully, that evening, landed in Miami at 7:30 at night, and by that time we were just all ready to go to bed. And yeah, otherwise, for the most part, the trip was great. We shipped away on the Royal Caribbean International, did a Eastern Bahama trip, so touchdown in St. Martin first, St.
Yep.
Thomas.
Fun fact: that's where my parents took their honeymoon.
All right, nice. And then Nassau to end the trip. Um, went to the Blue Lagoon Island, which let me tell you, that is a wonderful beach island there. The water is like a turquoise blue. It's unbelievable how how nice the water looks and everything. So, but yeah, the ship was great. We're already talking to the next one, so it was a great trip. But yeah, glad to be back here in the Warrior Dome. Hopefully, get things rolling on the right side of it. Um, but yeah, what we watched last week. Well, I was on the cruise ship. I was watching some March Madness because it is that time of the year, Joel.
Yep.
Wisconsin did what Wisconsin typically does, and that is either they lose in the first or the second round. So this year it was it's a high point in the first round.
At least we're on par with tradition.
But yeah, and then as far as my Final Four, I've got Duke, Illinois, Arizona, and Iowa State going to my Final Four. So we'll see how that goes. Joel, what did you watch?
So my shorts for a long time have been filled with like literally all the young Sheldon clips. So this kind of ties into the show I started watching, Georgie and Mandy's First Marriage. I haven't seen the series, but the amount of shorts I have seen, I have basically watched the entire series. I like the series a lot. If only Paramount Plus had a lot less ads, because it's like 5-minute sections and it's like 2 minutes of ads. Like,
Right.
what are we doing?
Yeah, that's like the cost of cheaper TV or whatever. The subscriptions, like they want you to watch 2 to 3 minute ads, or sometimes they'll be wild and be like 8 minute ads. I'm just like, okay, is that really necessary? But being a you call us old people unks and boomers, kind of used to the commercials. So unfortunately for me, I've been there, done that. And back in the day, Joel, we had about a minute before the commercial break started, to getting back on the show. So that was like your cue to go do whatever you need to do real quick and come back. So yeah, now you can taste what it was in the early 2000s. So music. So we put together this show today, and I wanted to do an early 2000s metal grouping of like 5 of my go-tos. Whenever I'm creating a playlist, I'm trying to surround it with these bands when it comes to metal. And mine are Disturbed, Linkin Park, Korn, Slipknot, and Limp Bizkit in no particular order. But yeah, all of them, which especially if I'm like trying to like get amped up, right? Those are my go-tos, especially Disturbed. Their first album was great. What about you, Joel?
Yeah, so recently I've mentioned this in the past, like gosh, I don't know how many episodes ago now. But Lil Tecca is one of the newer rap artists that I have actually enjoyed listening to. And I finally started to delve into his Dopamine album. I still have to finish it. I have got maybe a third or a fourth of the way through. But I will say, so far, it is a great album. Dark Thoughts. That's by far the best song, just because I know it from 2K as well. So yeah, I'm excited to listen to the rest of it. Honestly, while I'm doing whatever.
I'm gonna have to check out Lil Tech. I keep hearing it from you now, and he is not one I've heard before, so I'm gonna have to give it a try. Sports, Joel.
Yep.
I'm excited this week more than ever for the Milwaukee Brewers. They start their season on Thursday.
Yep.
The Miz,
Chicago White Sox.
yeah, so that'll be an interesting series. The Miz, Jacob Mizorowski will show the mound on Thursday. Andrew Vaughn, King Vaughn, will get his redemption, I think. Who they kind of threw him to the scrapyard there in Chicago, and so I'm sure he's rearing to go and hopefully put on a show. But I am more than excited for the debut of Jesus made. Their long term looks like either shortstop or third baseman, so we'll see where he lands. But the kid is just amazing. I believe he's 18 right now, and to get into the majors at this point would be pretty amazing, honestly.
18, yep.
Yep. So he is 18.
Out of the Dominican Republic.
The Dominican. Yeah. So we'll see where things land. But I think this team, although overall rather, 1 through 9 in the batting order is going to be pretty good. And when they add Jesus, it's probably going to be even better. So. What do you got, Joel?
Yeah, so NBA, obviously, the season's kind of winding down here. About to get to playoff runs. Bucks are probably going to not make it.
Playoffs.
I don't even know if we make play-in, to be honest with you. It's very, very scary. That's not what I'm here to talk about, though. Well, not the playoff run. The Bucks have released Cam Thomas. Don't totally agree with that at all. They did that in order to sign Pete Nance to a full NBA contract. I don't totally agree with that. Like, I can see a little bit of potential in Pete Nance, but I think he was just fine with this two-way contract, honestly. And that means I can keep going to more herd games, and yeah, because he would play there. He's the brother of Larry Nance Jr. So yeah, I mean his stats aren't as good as not Thompson, not as good as Thomas, but I mean Thomas is a known shooter. So
yeah, it'll be interesting. Pete, he's kind of been in the same shoes almost as Larry Nance Jr. Dad was pretty good in basketball. Obviously, that's where a lot of the pedigree comes from, right?
yep.
But both brothers really haven't done anything memorable in the NBA so far.
They're both role players.
And honestly, Cam Thomas has kind of been in the same ballpark there as those two. But
hey, that second game was some miracle.
yeah, but I think overall, like long term, this team just doesn't know what it wants to do. That's a shame because like it wasn't that long ago that we were winning a championship. So
right, that was 4 years ago.
Right, and now here we are, and it's like early 2000s Bucks all over again. We're scrapping together a team and hopefully making a 8 seed or what is it, 9 seed?
10 seed.
10 seed now.
10 seed would be lowest of play-in.
Yeah, like we are at that point now where it's like early 2000 Bucks all over again, where we're just scrapping by trying to get that last playoff spot. And honestly, like I've been there before, and so I'm expecting them to do this for a while, especially if they continue to drag their feet with Giannis. I think they should have just traded him when they had the chance.
Yep, they missed out on his peak value, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know if they completely missed out. I think that even now, like if they can get him traded over the summer, they'll get something decent for him, but they won't. Yeah. They definitely are not going to get what they would have gotten if they had done it before this trade deadline. Right. But either way, I think they got to just kind of move on at this point. You're not going to resign them. And if you do re-sign them, how much of that is going to just eat up all the salary cap of your team, which then really you're just paying for one player, and how are you going to build around that? So we'll see what they do.
I mean, I was kind of reading, like, whenever it was announced last night, I was very angry, obviously, because I thought Cam Thomas, this was our savior. But the more I read about it, the more it made sense to me. We got Cam as a kind of a last-ditch effort to make playoffs, if not play in. And obviously has been working well. Granted, Doc Rivers is a garbage coach.
Yeah, don't get me started there.
Yeah, don't get me started there either. But like the fact that it obviously didn't work to even build any momentum, like it kind of makes sense. And kind of locking down a young player as Pete Nance, I feel like he has potential to get better, but obviously only time will tell.
Yeah, that's the problem though. Like, so like I'm much older than you are, Joel. So I've been I've seen this. I've seen this show before, and it's just like Milwaukee just does not know what to do with talent. I look at a guy like Tobias Harris, who was with Milwaukee when I think they drafted him.
Really?
Yeah, and he got traded away to Detroit, and then since then,
that's the same with Dirk Nowitzki, though.
Yeah.
Was he drafted?
Yeah, like I think he spent like a season or a few seasons or whatever.
Okay, no, he's Yeah, he was traded away. He was drafted by us. I did not know that.
Yeah, so 2011, 2012, and then
So he was
20.
with us for like 1.5 years.
Yeah, so like they
Yeah.
utilized him for a little bit, and then he went off, and he's done quite well for himself. But like that's just like been the Milwaukee way. Is like we were doing so well, especially when we won the championship. Right, that was like the peak time for this franchise, and then ever since then, it's just been like a downward spiral into back to what Milwaukee does the best, and that's waste their talents. So anyway, um,
Moving on from our sports rant.
yeah, we could probably keep going and bore you to death there, but this is a gaming podcast, and yeah, let's talk some games. So obviously, being away last week, I haven't played any games last week, but I did play the new season of Fortnite last night, and because I heard like the hype of it a little bit on the cruise ship, and I was like, all right, I have to at least play one game, and I did, and I have no idea what they're thinking. For those that don't know, The Rock, aka Dwayne Johnson, is the Foundation, which is like their main like opposing like the good guy character in this storyline, and he's facing the Ice King, or you're part of the Ice King's like
Yeah, that
team,
I
whatever.
saw that, and I don't know why. I don't know why. First of all, I don't even know why The Rock is in the game to begin with, as a
Money,
canon character.
money, like just to draw everybody in that likes him as an actor. Um,
But you couldn't even buy his skin. I don't think that was only redeemable with the pass.
right. So, well, I mean, they're hoping that like he draws in money for people to buy the pass,
Which, by the way,
which,
it is cheap. No, not really. Never mind. Backtracked. I thought it's not cheaper. It's still $10.
right. So, anyway, so like I played one match and I was just like, this is ridiculous. I feel like this is like last season with just a little bit of whatever they're doing right now sprinkled in, and just I don't know, like it took one match and I was just like, all right, back to Arc Raiders, which I have to jump back into and grind because, as we talked about before, the break, they started their third expedition series now. So basically, after the second expedition, like your account basically gets wiped, and so you're basically starting from square one. So I was just like, I am not wasting any more time with Fortnite. Like they obviously don't know what they're doing. So I jumped back on our creators, and yeah, ran a couple rounds with Scoot. So that was fun. So yeah,
For me, it's been the show 26. I traded my game in to GameStop because I like discs, and I got the last disc copy for Xbox
nice.
because they don't hold many just because of the Game Pass situation. But yeah, fun game. Absolutely love the fact you can call challenges. Hate the trading system though. That is complete garbage. I like the game a lot. I will say, $70 is still a little bit too much. That
hmm
it's so ridiculous. I mean, for a year, a game that lasts a year practically,
hmm
and then the upgrade is almost the exact same for 70 more bucks. It's just
Yeah.
that's ridiculous. Well, a little less because you trade in your game to GameStop if you're like me and likes discs. But yeah, it's just
No, I
ridiculous.
totally agree. Being a show fan myself, I did play last year's version. I enjoyed it. I actually bought it day one, and I don't know, like I was interested in buying this version, but I don't know, man. I gotta see the price go down some because, like you're saying, like $70 is just too much for a game that honestly, it just rinse and repeat. And I mean,
I will say though, it is a good upgrade. I
yeah,
actually like what the upgrade is.
I mean they like every year they kind of up the graphics just a smidgen just to notice, and that's what I've liked about that because it's like at this point in the game, like these games should look like you're watching the thing,
Right.
and so like they've done pretty well with that. But honestly, like Kyle and I have talked about this before. Back at NFL 2K5, right? So that's 2005. Well, actually released in 2004. So that was $20, which at that time games were $60. Retail usually. So like they like
Can we come back to that time,
yeah, right.
please?
So like that, and that game still holds up to today. Like there's people who mod that game to make it more relevant to today's standards and stuff. And so that game was way ahead of its time, and it was dirt cheap compared to what the normal cost of any other retail game at that time. So to me personally, I think as much as they throw in the uh, microtransactions and stuff, I think $20 for a sports game should be the standard. Or I mean, I guess now you could say $40, I guess, because that's
Yeah, even that,
time and
in terms
everything.
of games, that's cheap now.
But like whether it's $20 or $40 for a sports game, the amount of microtransactions that they throw in there, they're still going to make way much more than they would have, if it were just the $70 price tag, and they're just kind of hoping that people buy that kind of stuff. Because honestly, if you are spending $40, I think you're a little more inclined to do those microtransactions then, because then you're like, all right, well, I'm not paying that much more. In reality, you are, but like, I don't know. I just from a selling point, I think it just makes more sense to sell it for $40 and then just kind of hope that your customer buys those microtransactions in between, because then it's more appealing because they're not spending $70 and then spending more money on top of that. Like it's I don't know. Anyway,
So that covers our 2 minute takes.
yeah, it does. It sure does.
It was a lot more than 2 minutes.
Yeah. So I mean, gaming as a whole, I think they need to reevaluate things and looking at GTA that's coming out. I don't even know if they even like announced the price tag yet, but like,
Not cheap. It's more than 70 last I know.
wouldn't be surprised. And honestly,
It probably
it's probably like $80, if not close to 100.
it'll probably even if you do buy GTA, this is a wild spinoff, but even if people do get GTA 6, how much storage will that be?
Oh, I mean,
That eats up your, especially if you're an Xbox or PlayStation.
right.
Like if you don't have an internal storage upgrade, you're done. Like you can only play one game.
Well, yeah, and that's just like it's like Call of Duty. Like every year that they release a game, it's always like
70 and 80. So somewhere
yeah.
between 70 and
So
80.
$70 to $80, Joel said. So um, yeah, like it's just ridiculous where the market is. I mean, you can maybe pinpoint a lot of that to just the gaming industry being a little greedy at times. Um, I don't know. I don't want to get on my soapbox too much here.
Okay, moving on to
Yeah.
retro rewind, please.
Hey, you said it right the first time, and I said I don't have to say it. So now we're going to do that. So we're going to spin back the hands of time.
We both
Speaking
picked
of
PS2 games, by the way. Interesting.
yeah,
fact.
speaking of hands of time, we got the Sands of Time. And that's Prince of Persia for me. The Sands of Time on PS2. Um, yeah, that game when that came out, man. I don't know, man. It was just the jumping around and trying to like uh, wall run or whatever you're going to call it, and then try to connect on the other side. Like it was just ahead of its time. I feel like it was almost like a PS3 kind of title there. But I always enjoyed it, and I tried the Assassin's Creed games, but like to me, it just didn't really compare to Prince of Persia. So, Joel, what do you got?
Yeah, so NBA Live '06 obviously wasn't alive to experience the, when it first came out, but completely different controls from modern NBA. Takes a little bit of getting used to, but it's still pretty fun of a game. I like the older consoles. It's nice to kind of go back and reflect and be like, wow, we really have come a long ways.
Yeah. Some of those games, like they still hold up to today. I mean, obviously not graphically sometimes,
Yeah, no, definitely not graphic.
but like we were talking with Kyle
Bro's
before.
got polygons for arms.
We were talking with Joel, or we were talking with Kyle rather before the break. Like I think it was Madden away. I said like that game. Like I've always enjoyed. Like if there's one part of Madden that I always enjoy every year, it's playing the franchise mode. And Madden away, I believe it was the Tony Bruno show. It actually like he'd come on the air right and he'd recap the week before and just kind of like made it feel like it was immersive in that way. And so um, they really did. Like there's certain titles that are now retro considered that are still kind of meet the standards of today. So anyway, we're gonna rank it now. We're gonna rank dream vacation spots. That just came from my vacation. So let's continue to talk about vacations.
Yeah, please do.
as we almost go on our spring break vacation. All right, so for me, number 5, Mall of America, mostly because of Mighty Ducks 2. As a kid, I watched that movie and I was like, wow, that looks really cool. And I've never been there. The whole roller coaster inside the mall, and with malls being a thing of the past now, and just like,
Unfortunately.
yeah, right. And like, it'd be cool to see one time before, like, I don't know. I hope it never like goes away, but I really want to make sure I get
It,
there before it
it's a.
does.
I feel like it's never gonna. It's
I
it's one of those attraction, like a national attraction. I don't think they get rid of it. Although I will say the Oshkosh Strip Mall is like only 5 shops now, and that's the big
Yeah.
boys.
Yep, I was there for the EAA last summer, and
That
yeah,
nut
it's like a
house.
ghost. It's a ghost town over
Yeah,
there at the
it's they got like
Oshkosh.
Under Armour, Nike, Bath and Body Works. Like I can't even
Yeah,
name most of them.
like you can see the outlining of whatever
What
shop that
was there?
was, and it's just like, oh, and then 3 stories down, there's another store. It's like, oh man, like those are good times though. Like being able to go like the strip mall like that, and you could literally there's like 20 shops over there, and you could probably hit them all in one day, right? And now it's just like you go to that place and there's like 5 shops and you can get it in an hour. So number 4 for me is Universal Studios. A lot of the Universal movies and stuff I enjoy, so it'd be nice to get there and enjoy the parks there. From what I hear, it needs like almost a weekend entirely just to get through all of it. Um,
That's a big place. I've
yeah.
been there.
So, and I've always enjoyed Disney, so I'm sure I'd enjoy Universal. Number 3 is Los Angeles.
The City of Angels.
Yes. Just because like I like sports and everything, so it'd be cool to see where Staples Arena is that what they call it now? Is that
Yeah,
what
it's
they?
Staples. No, it's not Staples. It's something else. I thought. Um,
So yeah,
Keep going on while I get that.
the Lakers and the Clippers arena. Um, but yeah, and
You also got the Dodgers there.
the
If you're looking at it.
Dodgers, just
Crypto.com arena.
crypto.com.
I knew
That's
it.
where we're at.
I knew it wasn't Staples
That's where we're at as a society now,
because
guys. We're at
Staples
crypto.com.
Staples was whenever the Clippers and the Lakers shared an arena.
They don't even share an arena. Oh my!
No,
I'm behind the times, guys.
yeah, Clippers have the Intuit Dome. That one I remember because that's a sick arena. I'm not
All
gonna
right.
lie.
Well, we're learning something here every day. But yeah, there's so many spots in LA that I like to check out. The Walk of Fame we talked about before the show
Yep.
started. Number 2 for me is Texas. Joel has been there,
Yeah.
and we've talked about it. Like there's like I said before, there's so many spots
Such a big
in
state.
Texas, right? That you could just I'm a big
Like,
sports fan, so it'd be nice to see all the arenas and stuff. But
yeah, I mean, I went to when I went to Texas, I was in the Houston area, and I feel like I didn't explore much of the state because San Antonio, like, it's got 3 big sections. Imagine that, 3 big sections of one state, and that'd be in Dallas, Houston, and San Antonio, and Austin too, if you really want to count the capital. But yeah, Texas is awesome. Try the barbecue.
fun fact: I almost landed in Texas during my trip here when we were. I didn't share this earlier. So
Remember, it's like,
uh,
well, we got a new vacation.
oh man, yeah. Well, so we were supposed to fly back last Sunday, and we got a notification from our airline. I won't say who they are, but
You can tell me
they
off
rhyme
air.
with Smelta. Um, and yeah, so we got a notification that our flight had been canceled. So yeah, we were like, okay, well, we got to get off the ship now. It's 8 o'clock. We're gonna get a ride, hopefully by 10 o'clock from our ride, right? So we go to the airport. On the way to the airport, we were thankfully able to book a flight out of Miami. Originally, it sounded like it was going to be going to, I think, Houston, maybe, or something. I don't know, somewhere in Texas. And then go to Detroit, I think, and then Madison. But, we ended up going Miami, Detroit, Madison. And thankfully, it kind of worked out the way it was because originally we were supposed to fly into Madison like 11:30 at night. And then I probably wouldn't get back to here to Waupun until like almost 1 o'clock with everything. Um, so yeah, it kind of worked out in our favor. We ended up getting back in Madison by 5:30, back
Ooh.
home by 7:30 or 7 o'clock. So it kind of just worked out in our favor. So Yeah. So to round out the whole thing here with number one, the Western Bahamas. I have been to the Eastern Bahamas enough times. I want to go to the Western side, check out Jamaica, Dominican Republic, and all those kind of other things in between. Hear good things about them. Kind of crazy sometimes with the weather, but if you go at the right time, you don't have to worry about it.
All
Joe.
right, for me, the only U.S. territory I have on here is Colorado. That's the one state I haven't been to that I'd really like to. Just, for me, I feel like Colorado is the right temperature. I don't like it like, you're gonna scorch your skin off hot, but I also don't need like extremely cold. I feel like Colorado has a nice mix. Of course, Wisconsin does too, but hopefully Colorado gets less snow. But yeah, I've always wanted to explore Colorado. Number four, I have Italy on here, both for the food and the music background. Recruiters, because most music stuff is written in Italy or in Italian, so that's kind of why I want to go there. Number three, just for my heritage, I have the Netherlands on here. I'm 50% Dutch, and I feel like a lot of people that are Dutch go to the Netherlands. So I feel like, hey, why not? Um, Number two, Japan, because they have such a cool, unique, and different like culture over there, and I just love to explore it one day. And then number one, Australia. I've always wanted to go to Australia for the wildlife and just, you know, different stuff. Australia is obviously a very different country than a lot of others. Um, yeah, just always had an interest in Australia. Always wanted to go there, or New Zealand. I guess you can toss in there too. Not the same thing, but pretty close.
Yeah, I mean, both of our lists are great.
Well, one's a great American list. Mine's a great world
I would
list.
definitely a lot of the spots on that list, of your list, I would definitely want to venture out and check out. I did actually check out Colorado when I was in high school.
Hmm.
Um, if you ever do venture out over there, I would definitely recommend the summertime as opposed to the winter
Yep.
because
Yep.
the winter is a disaster sometimes.
Yep.
But yeah, the mountains and the areas
Yeah.
around the
What's that?
forest.
What's that? Garden of the Gods. There we go. That's the one I was thinking of. That's the one mountain range I'm dying to see. The Garden of the Gods.
Yeah, so definitely, if you're planning on checking it out someday, Joel, check it out during the summertime, and it's
Yep.
great. The forests and the mountain
And you get to
areas.
see Nikola Jokic if he's still playing there.
So yeah, I mean, yeah, great list on both parts here. So all right, so we have Street Fighter around the corner here, so we have to wrap up our show. Um, Shout out to the sponsors again: Ian's Pressure Washing, Oddball Arts, Go Dutch Solutions, All Phase Heating and Cooling and Geothermal, and Gutter Tech. Uh, Casey over at Go Dutch has got the monthly meals. I have to look at what she's got going on next month. But the other sponsors, Ian's Pressure Washing, Oddball Arts, All Phase, Gutter Tech, all ones that you probably want to check out right around now because, yeah, if you want to get some artwork on the outside, check out Chloe at Oddball Arts. The Ian's and All Phase and the Gutter Tech, they can all check out or take care of your outside exterior and some interior stuff. So give a shout out to them quick and check them out. Next week, we are not here. We are on spring break. So,
So you'll hear
uh,
from us again in 2 weeks.
yeah, so we took a week off and we're taking another week off. So that'll be episode 10 for you. But, we appreciate everybody checking things out, whether it's live here right now or the VOD, whether it be here on Twitch or YouTube. So, speaking of, we've got some quick plugs for you. Twitch. So, if you are watching this on YouTube, we are on Twitch. That's where this originated from. Is Waupun HS underscore esports. YouTube is Warrior Gaming WJSHS. Facebook, you can find us there. Waupun HS Esports. X or Twitter is that's Waupun HS underscore esport because it can't have the S in Twitter. Uh, and TikTok. We are on TikTok, yes. Waupun HS period esports. And yeah, that is it for us. Episode 9's in the books now. This is Warrior Esports, the podcast. And thank you for checking this out. We'll return in 2 weeks. GG's Warrior Nation. And check us out tomorrow as we have Smash Bros. Taking on Granite City. Deuces.